starting a new series where each month I'll be highlighting a job that could have been found between the 5th and 14th centuries, otherwise known as the medieval era. The days growing darker, there's one trade that became particularly essential during the medieval time period. And since it's November, the medieval job that I'll be highlighting this month is the Chandler, otherwise known as the candle maker. In the medieval era, candle making was more than just a craft. It was a necessity for light and lifestyle. These would light up homes, castles, churches, all throughout the darkest months of the year. The process of making candles was no simple task. A chandler had to gather materials, usually animal fat like tallow, but if they could afford it, beeswax, as it tended to burn brighter, last a little longer, and smelled a little nicer. Chandlers would spend long hours dipping wick, usually made out of flax linen, as things like silk and wool would often give off a different smell. But flax was a little bit more affordable as well, and they would spend long hours dipping over and over in wax and hung to dry. So this was a time-consuming process. Friars and brothers of the cloth who were long in the night working on illuminated manuscripts would actually use something called a coiled candle, where it's very similar to this that I found on Amazon, which is just a beeswax candle, and they would coil around their hand and use it to illuminate their illuminations as they worked long into the night. You can find a modern version of this with a self-extinguishing candle by the hour model that I found on Amazon. It uses beeswax for the wax, so it's hypoallergenic, smells really nice, there's no added fragrances, you just smell a little hint of honey. And this kind of ties into something that would have been used a long time ago, but with a more modern approach with safety in mind. Of course, one of my favorite companies who brings the medieval aesthetic as well as other fandoms is Mythologie Candles, and they actually have an alchemy kit where you can make your own candle. This makes a great gift, this makes a great craft, and you're able to incorporate the label, pick out your scent, everything, reuse jars or buy one of theirs. And then of course you could also just buy a pre-made candle as well. I love thinking of this job as a symbol for November. It's a time when even today we still spend time gathering candles and kind of preparing for that nesting time in the winter. As modern candle lovers, a handmade candle brings that timeless feel. Candles are known for bringing senses of comfort, connection, and if you enjoy that more medieval aesthetic in your home, this is the way to go as well. If you're inspired to kind of bring this feel to your home, try finding a candle making workshop, or like this one I actually made at a Renaissance fair. Let me know if you'd like to try candle making at home and what other jobs you'd like to learn about.